This is Paddock 43, the podcast, your weekly rundown giving you all things F1 from both on and off the track.
From races, trades, rumours, the lifestyle, and all the things that come with the F1 world.
We are Amy, Elle, and Pat. Let's get into it. Welcome back. It is Paddock 43 back in your ears this week, and silly season has not been so silly.
It's a snore.
It's an absolute snore.
Relax.
I'm kind of like, I'm waiting. I'm still waiting.
There's a week left. A week?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
Oh my God, don't scare me. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
There's a
but
week and a half.
Something's got to happen between now and the Dutch Grand Prix.
Yeah, something. I'm just waiting for a bombshell. Like there are so many little things floating
gotta be a
around.
bombshell.
I'm like, where's
Yeah.
the hard hitting? We're going to have our drawers on the floor.
I think that it'll all, the wheels will be in motion once we find out what Lewis Hamilton's future is.
That's
What is
Mm.
once we figure out? We're going to figure it out ourselves sitting here. No, once his contract comes out, that's what's going to really, set the wheels in motion.
It's like I think one thing needs to happen, and then off they all go.
Off they all
like
go.
a little steam train.
Yeah.
Well, until all of that happens, I'm just sitting here waiting for like races to start again. And
Yeah.
that being said, how was everyone's weekend where we're sitting there waiting for races to happen? What did you guys get up to? I know what you got up to, but I'm still going to ask you.
We all had a lovely weekend together.
Yes.
We went out. We watched the Matildas play.
Which was such a, I'm not into the soccer as much, but watched it because it was such a cultural, historic moment for Australia. And also female sport. Pat
So
was over
good.
here
Crying.
and screaming and shouting.
Your poor dog.
My poor dog was like
Poor
going
She was
into the other room.
terrified. Absolutely terrified.
I just lost all my inhibitions. Was just like crying, screaming.
It was so exciting though.
So exciting. And it just, like you said, it's so incredible I think it's incredible for the sport, but also just for female sports and just seeing how the whole nation is getting across it, like around it, is so
And, like,
special.
For the men, not even the men, the people that say, oh no, like women's sport just never generates enough viewership to be able to have the endorsements and
Oh, well, look at them now.
and then just
Now
look
who's
at them.
laughing?
That was there was something I saw today, and it was like it was the most viewed.
most viewed
It's
event
Sporting
on
event,
sporting
in
event on
Australia.
TV. Besides
Not even
Kathy
event.
Freeman.
Not even event.
Yeah, just-
but like
Kathy
Yeah.
Freeman is
Moment.
still the biggest moment. That was what?
Yeah.
How long? 20 years ago?
2020. No, 2000. Sorry.
2000, yeah.
Kathy Freeman was 2000.
Yeah. So, for that to happen is huge. And that's what we were discussing as well. Like the pubs were packed. You couldn't get
Everywhere.
in. So the amount of TVs that are on, but then the people watching it,
Yeah.
insane. So if you didn't
Insane.
watch it in Melbourne or in Australia,
You're not Australian.
I don't know what you were doing.
Where were you?
Hello, is anyone home?
Yeah.
It got me out of the house. I actually did something this weekend, so that was
Yeah.
exciting. I paid
Well-
for it on Sunday.
Well, we watched it at your house. But
Yeah.
then, but then we went out.
I feel like
We went
that
to
was
dinner
almost like on purpose to be like, so Ella doesn't
Praise.
say.
Yeah.
I did nothing this weekend. I slept.
And
So,
me screaming
Pat
would have hyped you up
and I
enough. Yeah.
Got Elle out of the house.
Yeah, we got you out of the house.
Woo! They got me having a drink, and I was paying for it very much on Sunday.
Yeah.
And kind of still today because it's been a while. And I'm getting old. And so I'm still
Those
It
hangovers,
happens.
they last a while now.
They do.
but then I'm just still here also waiting for the F1 to start back up.
Oh my gosh. And just give us some exciting news. There's only so many yacht images that I can look at of the drivers.
I know.
I mean, I love it. Keep
Yeah.
it coming. But also, I want something to do with the Formula One.
Well, you know what's interesting about all those yacht pictures, especially of Charles and Alex?
Mm.
So I
Oh my
think
God,
they're
so
holidaying
stunning.
in France. I
Mhm.
want to say it's France. Paparazzi laws actually state that paparazzi can't take photos and release those images to the media without them knowing about it. So when it comes to photos taken in private spaces, like the photographer usually requires the consent of the subjects to then put that out in the media. I'm like 110% sure that it's in France, and I'm actually just reading something now that does say it is France
It
as
is
well.
France.
So, so they can't do it in a private place or any of that sort of stuff. So I'm like, oh, did Charles and Alex leak their own photos?
Oh, that's interesting.
As in, like, did they hire? Well, I mean, you can. People set that sort of stuff up all the time.
Well, they set it up,
Mm.
except they're also F1 drivers are a lot of the time notoriously private
yeah.
about their private lives.
Mm. Oh my
So-
God, I love the fact. My brain just went to Alex Albon.
What's he doing?
Yeah.
No,
What's,
as in I thought like Charles and Alex Albon.
Oh, were the same person?
I was like, are they on a boat together? I didn't know this. I was like, no, his girlfriend's Alex.
No, well, the only ones that we've seen
His
together,
girlfriend.
George Russell and Daniel Ricciardo bumping into each other in Ibiza, however you want to pronounce it. And
Ibiza.
if you zoom in onto George's eyes,
He looks like
You-
he's had a lot of fun.
you can make up your own mind about what's happening there.
Yeah.
It's
Having a good time.
he's having a good time. They all look like they're
You know
having a
what?
good time.
Have a
My
good
favorite
time.
part though was Sir Jackie Stewart, commenting, being like, the colleagues that you can't get rid of when you're trying to have a holiday.
Yeah.
I was like,
That was cute though. I really liked
was
those
hilarious.
photos. It was really cute.
it was cute. I wonder
Ushuaia,
if
fun
Sir Jackie
place.
Stewart actually runs his Instagram account. Surely not. Surely it's got
Yeah.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
No.
because he's
He's above that.
he's also quite old now.
Yeah.
It's
boy.
impressive seeing him move around any Grand Prix in his
Oh.
tartan outfits and all of that. Sort of like what is he up to? But
He's probably quicker than what I would be.
Mm.
he's so small.
Yeah.
Is he?
I got a photo
I
next
don't
to
even
him,
know how tall he is.
and it's
Yeah,
the
but
most
everyone's
awkward
small
thing.
next to you.
Yeah.
I'm small next to you and I'm tall.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Let's
like
not even
I
start
like
with me.
dwarfed him. It's the most awkward photo you'll ever see. I'll have to show you guys like
Yeah.
when
It's
Show
part
us
of his
time.
charm. His height is part of his charm.
Yeah, wearing his little like what do you call those little Scottish hats?
Yeah,
And then
I don't know what they're called.
I want to
the-
say a beret, but
I was
it's not
about
a
to say
beret.
beret. That's French.
It's like
That's
a
not a beret.
Scottish beret.
Something. Oh,
Scottish. We're playing
Oh,
footsies. Amy and I
footsies
have been
under
playing
the
footsies
table
all night.
all night.
That's what's happening. So what else is happening in the news, F1 news
I was
world?
going to say, so I thought I'd write all this down.
Mm-hmm.
As we're saying how boring the silly season is today, this year,
As of.
as of
As of.
last season, you had Pierre Gasly to AlphaTauri. Well, Pierre Gasly, AlphaTauri to Alpine.
Mm-hmm.
Oscar Piastri came in from Alpine reserve driver to McLaren seat. Fernando Alonso, Alpine to Aston Martin. Nico Hulkenberg, Aston Martin reserve to Haas. Nick De Vries to Nick De Vries, Mercedes reserve to AlphaTauri. Logan
See, it's
Sargent.
such a mouthful.
Yeah.
Logan Sargent to F2 to Williams. Danny was dropped and Seb Vettel retired. Whereas
Right. This year it's crickets.
it's just crickets.
So that's mouthful. Like no wonder writing it down just to even remember that.
Yeah.
I was like,
Think-
what happened? Because so much happened last year.
Last year was madness.
It was from the get go as well. It was like day one. It was bang. It was rumors about Danny being dropped.
These bombshells
Yeah.
have got to drop soon. I agree with you, Pat. I reckon when Lewis's contract is confirmed, that's probably going to be the news headline.
And then
Just-
it'll be a ripple effect from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
seeing what happens there.
Mm.
I think I saw somewhere that Ferrari's actually squashed the rumors about him possibly going there.
Yeah.
Mm.
I still think that's quite an exciting rumor if that was possible or going to happen, but I don't think it is. But then also, I know Checo's got his seat confirmed until 2024, but it's not unlike an F1 team to say, no, they're contracted to us, and then they actually get dropped.
Well, I
Yeah.
did see, the Italian media reported Lewis has agreed on a contract extension, but no one knows how long it'll go
But
for.
but I think
It could be
even
like a year.
yeah.
I doubt
And-
that
but
though.
even if it is extended and it's confirmed, and that's what kind of what we are hearing, that Toto Wolff is saying that there's a bit of back and forth going on, but I still think it'll cause somewhat of a ripple
It's
because
like they're all just sitting there in the laptops,
Waiting.
just waiting. Like,
Mm.
who's gonna go first?
yeah.
I was thinking
Come on.
about this and the Red Bull effect of Checo and all of that, and how there's a rumor swirling that, could Lando be leaving to go somewhere else? And I was wondering, would Lando actually be good in that second driver seat for Red Bull? I know you're shaking your head, but hear me out. The car is amazing. And he's a pretty amazing driver. Like, what would Lando be like in that car?
But he wouldn't want to be second driver.
But
Yeah.
he might give more competition to Max. We don't know what he would be like driving that
True.
car. It's like what Lewis is saying, that if Lewis is in Checo's car, Max would have competition. It's just the driver that's in the car. It's obviously Checo that's not performing well.
Yeah, I saw there was a tweet that had a statement from Helmut Marko saying that that would be good for like TV journalists, like our viewing, but from a team's perspective, it wouldn't be good because there needs to be like a distinct difference in the first driver and second driver.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
It would be amazing to see him, but I don't see it.
I say that. And then what's
it would be cool to see.
Max's contract is what, till 2020?
2023.
It's
Oh, sorry,
2028.
2028. Sorry,
Yeah,
we're talking about Lewis. Yep.
Yep, no,
2028.
we're in that. Yep. What year are we?
That's
Where
where my
are we?
brain. Who am
I wonder if he would actually stay that long, Max. I mean, why would he want to move? He's in the best car. But
I think once he leaves, he'll retire from the sport.
we'll be
Do you reckon?
35.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he will.
so he'll pull an Ash Barty once he's achieved everything he wants to
because
achieve.
I think he's
retire early
even
at a young age.
Yep, I think like he said, he wants to like go into other parts of motor racing. So I think he wants to do Le Mans, he wants to do
Oh.
Dakar, he wants to do all that, and then maybe he'll get 2 years out of his system, and then he'll probably
He's
come back to
starting
F1.
a simulation team, isn't he?
Yep,
Oh yes,
Yeah,
true.
which is
right.
then he's hoping
Mm.
to push that through to something else.
yep,
So he's already like planting the
Max,
seed
can
for his
we be
future.
your first female?
a female team.
Oh my god,
Female. That sounds so wrong.
that sounds fun, but I just know
That was
that
not very good on the sim, so
I need some practice.
you can be the
before.
crash dummy. We'll go to Pat's house, have some practice.
Well,
yeah, we can do some practice sessions at my place.
I could actually see Max somehow being involved in the F1 Academy. And we know that that's going to be a more prominent thing within the sport, getting females to drive in the F1 and sort of training them up. So each F1 team now has, so it's 10 teams, now has a team in the F1 Academy. So they have to go find their female driver to compete for them in that team in McLaren livery, Ferrari livery, which is really exciting for those female drivers. So I could actually see Max sort of being involved in that sort of
Yeah,
thing because
definitely.
that's a very historic moment
Mhm.
for F1 and F1
Mhm.
Academy.
definitely.
And I think Max is a serious guy, so maybe that's something that he would do if he
Yes,
retired.
there've actually been 5 female drivers, I guess registered to drive in Formula One, but only 2 have actually competed.
Started. What was her name?
Started.
Lombardi.
Lela Lombardi.
She's.
Lombardi.
I think she competed the most out of any of the F1 women.
Only one to score points.
17
Yeah.
races or something like that.
1975.
Yeah.
So long ago.
Yeah, in the 1975 Spanish Grand Prix, she actually started 12th and finished 6th. So that's the best.
Pop off, Queen.
Yeah, the best a female driver has done.
I'd be really excited to see what the F1 Academy does now.
Mm.
That would be one to really closely watch.
Yeah.
And after the success, we all know that the female audience in Grand Prix is one of the highest grossing female sporting audiences, would you
Yeah.
say? Very much Drew. We got there. That was a really awkward laugh. I'm just being mean to myself. Due to Drive to Survive would be probably the reason there. But we saw, just on the weekend with the soccer, how much
Yeah.
people are now, I think that is going to really push forward females in sport
I think so too.
and how people participate that and watch that. And I think that will also, the entertainment level and the viewership that provided will definitely push forward the viewership for something like F1 Academy.
Mm-hmm.
And I also think just even though obviously soccer is so different to Formula One, but even a young girl that could be in karting and she sees what the Matildas have done and she might be like, wow,
Yeah.
I want to do something like that. It doesn't have to be obviously the same sport, but it just draws that inspiration
Yeah.
for young girls, which is so special.
If you see it, you can achieve it. Mic drop.
Boom.
Manifest it. Anything is impossible. Oh,
You mean-
impossible.
I kind of. Do you ever think that you wish you could go back and be young and start go karting?
I've thought that so many times.
Oh my God, can
I've
we
thought
go-
that so many times.
We should do a go karting day.
I don't think that registered in your mind.
What you said? No, I didn't. It didn't. I just was thinking about
She
go
said,
karting.
Anything is impossible.
Oh. Well,
Oh my God, I wish.
at our age, it might be impossible to be F1 champion.
Yeah,
so
I know.
yeah,
But no,
I get
yes,
what you're
I thought that too. I was like, oh, why didn't I do karting when I was younger? I could have been the first F1 female F1 driver on the podium.
You've got the hype.
Could have
from
been.
it.
I know, I do, I do. There was
I would've
potential.
struggled.
There was potential.
You've got that like
Yeah.
in you too.
And Amy's got the
And I'm-
athleticness. Is that a word?
Yeah.
Athleticism.
Yep. Oh,
Athletic.
that's the word. English is my first language.
What
Clearly.
what have you got to bring?
Don't laugh at me.
Oh,
I have a smile
Yeah.
and a charm.
she has a very good marketing brain
Oh my God, no! I mean,
No.
as a driver.
as a driver.
As a driver, what qualities would be good?
a
She's
great
lead-
Instagram channel to follow.
Yeah, as a driver.
I was going to say, are you a
People
lead?
in.
You're not really a lead foot, are you?
Yeah, I can be.
Okay.
I can be. When I had,
Fearless.
when
Actually,
I
I
had
was
my
in
old
the
little
car with you the
Mercedes, I
other
was a
day.
whippet,
Oh, I love that.
and I loved flooring that thing, and it was not supposed to be floored. It's not it. It was a B180. It's
Oh,
yeah.
You don't
exactly.
floor that.
You don't floor it. But I would just be like, no. I loved it. And now we're driving the Defender, and we've got to be a
She's
little bit more
big.
careful.
Yeah.
yeah.
Also,
Especially
just
with-
because she's a big car.
No, yeah. We all, the three of us,
In
the
case.
three of us in one as one person, we could make an incredible F1 driver.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Combined us all together.
Combined our qualities and
Would we have
Combust.
blonde hair? Or would we
another
have
superhuman.
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 Wait, what nationality would we be?
Another superhuman.
Yeah, what
What
nationality
nationality
would
would
we?
we be?
Because I'm like Croatian, Ukrainian, Aussie.
And I'm a real mutt of the world.
Maybe French. We could be French because I have ties.
Yeah.
You have ties.
We've got
You have close
ties.
ties. Boom, French.
What
Ah.
what genetics would come out the most? Got two brunettes
We
and
should
brown eyes.
do
there.
it combined
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
Combine
Oh
our
my gosh!
faces.
Oh, can we do it? Can you do it with three?
Probably. I don't know.
Maybe.
Create little F1 super baby.
Yeah, F1 super.
We're all in very happy heterosexual relationships. And here we are discussing the baby that we're going to
Yeah.
birth with
Create.
an F1 driver.
It's fine.
Also with the obviously hundreds of thousands of dollars that we have to put a child through go-karting. It's
Yeah.
a very expensive sport.
Yes. Yes, it is.
I can see us all
I
living
have
in Monaco.
$5.
$5. I'll make you a cart.
Push me a little like dummy cart.
Yeah.
Made out of paper.
Push you down like the hill on Turk Road. You can just go straight down. All right, back to news.
Okay.
Sorry.
Back to the news.
What a sidetrack.
Any other news? I saw something about a legal battle.
Yeah,
What is
Williams.
happening?
Oh.
Williams, yeah, that's probably, I think we were saying, the most juicy thing that has come out of this silly season, which isn't even really related to silly season at all. But yeah, basically the former marketing exec has brought a $100 million lawsuit against Williams for attempts of, in her view, attempts to ruin her reputation and force her out of the organization. So I was reading up about it today, and I'm not sure because basically what has happened is that she allegedly has had an affair with the former chief executive Darren Fultz. Allegedly, we're just
Allegedly.
We're just
reporting what's being reported.
reporting what's being reported. Yeah, so allegedly cheated on her husband, Alex Ludwig. Claudia claims that Williams has leaked information regarding the alleged affair she was having, but she denies it. And now Williams are countering the claim with a claim of their own for $6.9 million. And the team is accusing her of allegedly creating a scheme involving her husband, Axel Ludwig. Yeah. So, yeah.
And wasn't that to do, saw her, Williams are accusing her I got to be careful with that allegedly word.
All this is
that-
alleged.
She was passing work to suppliers that had connections
Yes.
with to like overcharge Williams, so she was over invoicing things.
Yes.
And I think
Inaccurate
from
and
that,
overinflated invoices.
is that from
and improper
my
credit card
understand?
charges.
Is she would she be, if that's true, is she taking the extra money?
Was she pocketing that herself?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the way I have read it and what I understood is that she has gone and had this alleged affair in order to have an upper hand and have more information.
My understanding of, I don't know, it seems actually quite like a complex
Yes.
court case, whatever's going on and all of that. And I just don't even think we would have time to dive into the whole intricacies.
Intricacies.
I have to say.
Intricacies.
Wow, I'm really not speaking well tonight. Of what it all involves, but it almost sounds like she tried to sabotage Williams, but
Yeah.
she's been caught out, so she's suing them because they have obviously exposed some sort of possible affair. I don't know.
Well, I think because basically she got let go, or she was forced out of the organization, and they didn't pay her out of her contracts. So I think that's technically what she's suing for. But then she's saying that the reason why they're not paying her is because of the alleged affair, which she denies. And then Williams is actually saying that this was all sort of allegedly a scheme that she made up with her husband to then
messy.
Yeah, messy. But yeah, who knows?
Who knows? Well, Williams are also apparently, I don't know what's going on, but obviously Logan Sargent hasn't been performing to his prime condition. And we have said many times before that Williams likes to nurture.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because they're just babies. But if nothing happens and he doesn't improve, Mick Schumacher would be the obvious contender
Yep.
to take Logan's seat.
He's been doing really well in the sim as well.
Yeah.
And Hamilton also said he's been doing some great work. So,
And also off the track, he's hard launched his new girlfriend.
Oh,
my God, that was soft launch into hard launch within like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Very quick.
I was like, bro, you didn't even give us time
Did
to
you
be
see
like,
the
oh my God,
thing?
who?
Oh
Yeah.
my God. This thing on Twitter popped up and I saw someone reposted it because they wrote, is this person okay? This girl has a fan page for Mick Schumacher and she posted this stuff being like, I'm heartbroken, like thought I was in love with him, blah, blah, blah. And it's just a fan.
Oh.
And she was like, I won't be posting about him for a while whilst I like process this information.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Wow. But you hear about those people that literally fall in love with their like
The idea
idols.
of someone.
Yeah, they fall in love with them and think they
Instagram is
actually have a
Scary.
genuine
Yeah, that's scary.
shot.
Yeah.
You can
with the
see why
person.
these F1 drivers are like keeping private lives
And then poor Charlotte Claire's
private.
address when that became available. He was like, hi, everyone. Can you please stop coming to my house and coming to my apartment?
I just find if you're doing that, like, just knock it off. Like, give these
Well,
guys their privacy.
I know.
I guess
But
it
people
gets
are
to a
crazy.
point though, like you don't know that you're doing it. I don't know.
I mean, if you're rocking up to someone's house,
Yeah, but it
It
might,
is a- but
might in
especially-
your head seem right.
Yeah.
Like you might be so convinced that you're doing the right thing because you idolize them so much. I don't know. Not in that position.
I feel sorry because Charlotte Claire lives in an apartment. I feel sorry for the people in his buildings. He was saying people in my building are very unhappy. And imagine like, you know, you build your space. You've got this beautiful space. You love where you live. And then you have to, I mean, he hasn't moved, but clearly he doesn't want to move. But I think he's going to reach a point where he's going to say, I have to move because.
Yeah, well, Monaco is also a small city.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
if you're
that's
living
very
there,
true.
everyone knows where you are. And it's
Yeah.
just crazy.
I'd
fans
love
that
to
are there.
know, like, who else lives in his building? Like, what billionaire
Mm,
business
Billionaires.
people
True.
live in there?
True.
Has there been any
interesting.
other news that you guys have seen popped up?
So McLaren are actually building their own wind tunnel now. So they were using Toyota's wind tunnel in their own facility for since 2010. And yes, they are finally about to finish their development, and they have stated that they won't be testing the current car in this wind tunnel. It will be for the 2024 car and, beyond, which is exciting for them, I think.
So that means that they've got more access to their data.
Yeah,
Correct?
Yeah.
yeah. And I think basically because Toyota's wind tunnel is actually in Cologne in Germany, and obviously the logistics around sending their parts to Cologne also impacts the speed of how quick they can deliver their.
So the efficiency will be right
Yes.
up there. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they're actually also upgrading their manufacturing facility. So I think this is a big part of maybe the next 6 months for McLaren. And I think Zach Brown was also saying, they need to make sure that within these investments, they need to stay under the F1 budget cap.
I was going to say, does that fall within
Yeah.
the budget cap?
Yeah. Yeah. So Zach
really
Brown
interesting.
actually, he came out saying he was adamant that the team's new facilities will also make it more efficient in the long term. So
Imagine if the new facilities don't actually work with the car.
I know.
Whole new car.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
thinking in the back of my mind? It's such a slow, silly season. We're talking about wind tunnels.
Yeah.
Like
Fascinating. But do you know what's interesting is when I was reading an article about it, and I thought it actually made me think that as much as I want Ferrari to do well this year and come third on constructors, I actually think that what I read is setting McLaren up for a really strong second half of the year. And because McLaren's also recruited someone from Red Bull and from Ferrari, and they'll be part of the technical team. So McLaren's set to deploy a new technical structure. So I think that's also quite interesting. And I know we spoke about Lando Norris before, but I do think that, and obviously we know that McLaren is a strong team, but I think all these are just like little puzzle pieces that are making McLaren a force to be reckoned with.
Mm-hmm.
Boom.
boom.
I'm going to say something off that.
Yeah.
I almost think Oscar will get a win before Lando.
Oh.
Ooh.
It's just whether or not the
I
team
like that.
let
I
that
don't know. I
happen.
feel like I saw an article that was saying Lando is still not happy with the car.
Well, apparently he's feeling really
But-
threatened as well.
Yes, but
Allegedly.
Oscar seems to be, finding his feet. He seems to be comfortable. And I just think maybe the car could actually just be more suited to Oscar.
Yeah.
And Oscar could actually come through with a win before Lando.
Yeah.
I mean, Lando, I'm sorry, I love you, Lando, but you choke a little bit.
This just
Like-
start back up.
I know.
Just
I'm
want
like, give us a race.
Like,
we miss it.
we all remember in Sochi in 2021. Well, he was, in the lead to win at Sochi,
Yeah.
but made a very silly decision. Didn't put the wets on and
Oopsies.
could have won, but did not.
Aquaplaning.
That's a aquaplane.
Which
Yeah.
we spoke about in our tyres episode, and we also spoke about.
Which you should share with your friends if you're trying to get them to F1. I think
Yes.
that's a great way. Well, it was a little bit of a shorter and sweet episode this week, but that is because
There's nothing
we
going
are
on.
lacking the news right now, and we are doing our best just to sort of get by and hope that, in terms of just waiting for the F1, not to get by to entertain you. I'm just rambling now anyway. But yeah, it's slow and we'll be there. And also, we said last week that there would be a guest this week. Unfortunately, that guest has had to postpone, but we
Next
are
week.
rescheduling
It's
next
coming.
week.
They will be
Hopefully,
here.
fingers crossed. And like we said last week, it's a goodie.
It is a
It'll
real
be great.
goodie. So sit tight because they are coming next week.
Strap on in.
Strap yourselves in.
Strap yourself.
Oh, God. What podcast am I on?
Yeah. Strap yourselves.
Amy, where
Strap
can people find
in.
us if they haven't already found us?
You
Which they should have found us by now. But yes.
Surely. Hurry up, guys. You can find us on Paddock43 on Instagram and TikTok. And obviously, whatever podcast platform you listen to us on.
which is what you're listening to right now, probably.
So good job.
But also, if you're on Apple, then you can find us also on Spotify and iHeartRadio. Likewise, if you're on Spotify, you can find us on Apple. I don't know.
Anyway, we are going to go.
But please keep the questions coming because I know we have received a few questions. Keep the questions coming because we want to keep the conversation going. And don't forget to like and subscribe. 5 stars, please.
And look
5
out for our
stars.
mini episodes and share them with your friends when you can.
Yay.
Bye.
See you
Be
soon.
back in your ears next week. Bye.
Bye.